This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to their store and they'll know I sent you there. Alright, before I jump into this Premier Draft for Core Set 2021, I want to remind everyone that my content's sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can pre-order Core Set 2021 there now if you use my referral link in the description below on YouTube or the logo below on Twitch, which also uses the referral link, so check them out. And let's go ahead and jump in. I guess we'll use gold. Morning, Adibe. Glad you like the content, LCJ. Your name is hard to say for, I don't know why. 3 letters, it's hard. I think I need the caffeine. Ooh, okay. Well, interesting pack here. So, this card is weird. I think it's pretty good, maybe. It's very hard to judge, though. It's somewhat situational. It does do something cool. It's definitely not a bomb, but it's pretty good. I think, you know, it is... it is hard to... Yeah, Fitz is probably where I should go on that name. It's hard to judge. This pack does have cards that I know are really good, namely Experimental Overload, Scorching Dragonfire, and Reign of Revelation. So, you know, I think that's probably where I end up going. Scorching Dragonfire is just really good, premium removal. The Reign and the Overload are good too, but they're not as good in as wide a variety of decks. So, we'll just go with the Dragonfire here. Okay, so this is a decent +1/+1 counter payoff. One that I like a reasonable bit. Rousing Reed, you know, I was pretty sure it'd be pretty good, and so far my experience with it in this format, granted 3 drafts is anecdotal, but so far it's been pretty good. Animal Sanctuary is pretty good too, but I think we just take the Scourge. There are enough counters in this set, even outside of green-white, that generally it's going to have a few cards it has synergy with. So I think that's where I want to go here. Okay, Volcanic Geyser. I think the Geyser's pretty good, but I don't think it's as good as Llanowar Visionary or Roaming Ghostlight. I love the Ghostlight, of course. It'll probably end up being my favorite common in the set. I don't know how it won't be, knowing me. But yeah, Geyser's good, but I like the Visionary more. The ramp it gives you, the card draw, it's a 2-for-1. I'm pretty happy with that card. The Geyser, you know, it's an interesting card because I think a lot of people overrate it because they think of it like, you know, doing 8 to the opponent in the late game, which it can certainly do. But it's such an inefficient removal spell, pretty much all game long, but definitely in the early game, that it's very hard to, like, be in love with it as much as I know some people are. But yeah, Ghostlight is pretty good. I'm going to go with Visionary here, though. Ooh. Man, now I kind of wish I'd gone with that Ghostlight, because Shipwreck Dowser is pretty darn good. I kind of doubt the Blue-Red Signpost comes back to us. It is possible, just not probable. And this is a nice payoff for the same deck. Between Prowess and the Enter the Battlefield trigger. Truffle Snout and Dreadmaw are both pretty good. I mean, they're both very playable cards. They're not as good as the Dowser, but they're not a lot worse either. So we have to decide whether we want to stay the course here or speculate on a Dowser when we pass the Blue-Red Signpost. I do think these are both pretty replaceable, so I think we're going to take this and see if the Signpost comes back to us. I kind of doubt it. But here's some more good cards for it, though. The Spellgorger Weird and Capture Sphere are pretty good. Drowsing Pteranodon's a nice card, too. So, Capture Sphere is a nice removal spell. Spellgorger Weird is a very powerful build-around. Drowsing Pteranodon's a fine 2-drop. If we end up in red-green especially, Capture Sphere is an okay removal spell. I think I'm going to take the Weird here and see what happens. I kind of want blue-red to be open, but, you know, you don't always get what you want. All right, well, there's a Mistral Singer here pretty late, and I think it's just the best card in this pack anyway. The Magmud is pretty good, but I think we grab another blue card here. Prowess is nice, nice stats, yeah. If the blue-red Signpost wheels, we'll be pretty ecstatic. Okay, well, here I don't think we take a blue or red card, even though there's decent ones, but Burlfist Oak is pretty good, and I think we'd rather have him than any of these, you know, average or so red cards. Okay, well, here's another Ghost Light, and another Weird. Seems like blue-red's pretty darn open when you're getting stuff like that. I think here we take the Ghost Light. I love, you know, adding to the board, bouncing things, and a very real threat. You know, the Weird probably has a higher ceiling, but you don't have to build around it. Capture Sphere's a nice, but not premium removal spell. Oh my god, okay, alright. Blue-red it is. It's open. If that's gonna wheel, then I think that's a good sign that we should try to be blue-red. It depends on what we see, of course. I think I like Rousing Reed here. It is a non-creature spell, after all. Okay, Ghostlight wheeled 2. Okay. I'd say we're officially locked into blue-red now. We don't have any green cards worth splashing anyway, so... Führer's okay. I could see being like a crazy aggressive prowess deck and playing it, but I don't love it. Granted, well, I think the Crab actually has a slightly better chance of making a cut. Okay, Glide Master or Arsonist? Probably Glide Master. It's a nice little 2-drop that can do some things in the late game. We did pass a few spell payoffs, but most of them wheeled, and I think that's a good sign. This is a deck I always love, you know, blue-red spells. So I'm pretty excited about it. I don't mind a super late Hobble Fiend. I mean, it's nothing special, and it's better in the black-red deck or the red-green deck, but we might play it. So something to keep in mind that is fairly frustrating is that this cares about instants and sorceries only. The rest of our cards care about more than that, but, you know. Okay. So Reign of Revelation is quite good. A very good draw spell. Obviously, it triggers our stuff. Ghostly Pilferer is also quite good. A nice creature who can attack all game long because it can become unblockable. It can draw you cards too. So, yeah. It's really between these two. There's not anything else close. Sanctum's not bad. Yeah, it's really between these two. I think these are the two best cards in the pack anyway. There is a Goblin Wizardry, but these are both better. Decisions. Do I like the Rain more? I think it's pretty close. They're both cards you're reasonably happy to first pick. We're going to go with Rain here. Drawing cards is nice. Ooh. Here we're going to go with Soulseer. You know, it's probably the best non-rare in the set. We have some reasonable blue cards, but Soulseer is really good. Fabled Passage is nice fixing, but we're going to take the super powerful removal spell that can kill 93%. I think that's what the math works out to, of the creatures in the format. All right, another Mistral Singer is pretty good for us. Yeah, we're all over that. This is my kind of deck so far. Lots of cards I like to play. Prowess creatures are always fun. This equipment is, like, real good. It's one of the better ones we've seen that's not rare, at least, in Limited, since, like, I don't know. I feel like the last time we had really reasonable equipment was Pirate's Cutlass. That was a long time ago. So I could pick up something here to splash, rather than super mediocre red cards. And I could splash Finishing Blow or Secure the Scene. I think Finishing Blow is probably better. Yeah. We may not play it, but I'm probably not playing a second Wish Coin Crab either. So, and I may not be playing the first one, so... Red doesn't seem incredibly open. Okay. I don't love cancel. Crash through. How much prowess do we have right now? There's also a replicator who, if you have enough duplicates, starts to get interesting. We already do have 2 ghost lights and 2 singers. So that's worth thinking about. But how much prowess do we have? Because crash through, once you have a critical mass of prowess, can be really good. Not quite prowess, but basically. Yeah, we have like 4 cards with it. I don't think this is a deck that wants a spined Megalodon. We're not really going to win the game that way. I think we're going to take the Replicator, though, and... You know, its Fail Case is an okay card. I think I underrated it a little bit. If we have enough duplicates, the Replicator is plenty good, I think. Alright, so I don't really want another... Again, I don't want a Megalodon a whole lot. I'm just going to take a Sky Scanner. We're not really a Burn Bright deck either. Sky Scanner's perfectly fine, though. So the more duplicates we can get, the better this card gets. Man, yeah, we are getting our stuff cut a little bit, but we at least do have a Goblin Wizardry here. Which gives us more prowess. Yeah, so here we'll take an Arsonist. I don't think we're going to want Destructive Tampering. That's more for the red-white deck, I think. Yeah, this pack hasn't been as kind to us as our first one, where, like, everything wheeled for us in the first one. Hopefully it does that again in pack 3. I mean, this pack's been fine, but... You know. We definitely should value duplicates a little more than we might normally. I underrated Pattern Matcher in the past, and I might have done the same thing here. Okay, so another... Oh, never mind. We just want Shock. Nothing fancy. I mean, Wizardry's fine, but Shock's a great removal spell. It's a spell that matters for us. There's reasonable blue cards here, but yeah. Shock wheeling is pretty surprising. I do like having one of these most of the time, and I definitely want it more than a Furor of the Bitten. I can tell you that much. Random black cards. So, right now, we're definitely not playing Finishing Blow. Thank you for the follow, Cuckoo. Alright, so we have a choice here between Crash Through and Pitch Burn. I mean, we already have 3 5-drops that are probably just better than Pitch Burn, even though Pitch Burn's fine. I think I'm going to grab a Crash Through here. I think we're only like a couple spell payoffs away from being able to play Crash Through. Okay, well, Pursued Whale is really good. It's probably just what we take here. It's not a spell payoff or anything, but it's a huge creature for the late game that remakes the board. And even though we have a Mistral Singer here, and a Magmut, either of those wheeling would be nice. I think you just have to take the big whale. Yeah, I mean, it's real good. I haven't played with it or against it yet, but... Wow, back-to-back whales. And I think that's where we go. I mean, this guy being able to be cycled is what makes him reasonable. And if you can actually cast him in the late game, he really blows games open, obviously enough. So yeah, he's what we take over Frost Breath and these mediocre red cards. Couple of 7-drops all of a sudden. Ooh, okay. So Ghostlight's great, but Enthralling Hold is better. It's amazing. I mean, you have to get hit by whatever you put it on and all that, but I think that's fine. It's a very powerful card. Lets you steal your opponent's creature. And that's one of the more powerful things you can do in the whole game. Maybe Ghostlight will wheel like they did earlier. That'd be cool, but... Enthralling Hold it is. Okay, well... Immolator or Spellgorger. I think the Immolator is a little better. Oh, there's also a Mistral Singer. I still think the Immolator's a little better. We hope one of these wheels. Why they have to all be in the same pack? But yeah, we'll take the Immolator. Great 2-drop, has prowess, can act as a removal spell. Hard to say no to. Okay, so there's another Geyser, and I do like the Geyser a decent amount. But I think Scorching Dragonfire is just better, so. Okay. I don't really want anything in this pack. Our deck is not really going to make Tide Skimmer work amazingly. We do have a few flyers. It's probably what I take here over Cancel, a second to Read the Tides. You know, a second Wishcoin Crab does make our Replicator a little bit better, but we're taking the Skimmer. And it might even make the cut. Okay, so we'll take a Capture Sphere here for sure. Planeswalkers are mythic rare. You just don't always see them, Pokemaniac. Turn to Slag. Sure. This deck seems like it's coming together pretty well. I think we're still one duplicate away from really being happy with Chrome Replicator. Rewind is not good in Limited. Not for us, anyway. I think if you... I mean, we do have a Capture Sphere, I guess. Maybe if we look at our stuff, we'll see we have enough instants that it's worth it. But I kind of doubt it. It would have been nice if some of those prowess guys that we had to pass up on would wheel, but what are you going to do? I don't think they're going to. Bird Ogre's okay. Kind of doubt it makes the cut, but... Ooh, Mistral Singer did wheel. Nice. That's it, though. At least we got the Singer, I guess. Guess we'll take a second Wishcoin Crab, just because it gives us a duplicate. Yeah, I think you're right. We probably aren't going to play the Replicator in the end. It was worth speculating on, but I don't think we got there. Yeah. The problem with that plan, rolling 20-sided, is you can't really make it happen consistently enough. So... Alright. Probably not playing the Replicator. How many flyers do we have for Tide Skimmer? 2, 5, 6-ish. 7 counting it. It might actually be worth it in this deck. It's not going to be as good as it would be in blue-white, of course, but it might be worth it. And then how many instants do we have that cost, 4 or less? That does matter. So Capture Sphere is not an instant, but it counts. Reign of Revelation counts. Goblin Wizardry counts. You're not an instant. Soul Seer sort of counts. Yeah, I still don't think we have enough to make Rewind worth it. So we're going to lose these crabs, obviously enough. We don't really want those. Do we need Turn to Slag in this deck? Or Turret Ogre. Probably don't desperately need the Turret Ogre. Yeah, we probably cut the Turret Ogre. Yeah, Goblin Arsonist is definitely on the table. I think that probably makes sense. I think we have enough for Crash Through to be worth it. Because in the end, we ended up with creatures that have spell triggers. We've got the Immolator, 3 Mistral Singers, Spellgorger Weird, Goblin Wizardry's tokens. I guess that's just 6. Which is a fair bit, but is it enough? It may not actually be enough for Crash Through. I don't think it is. Yeah. Protege. I mean, I do like to loot. The Hobble Fiend's not going to be great, and I think we can actually afford to cut it because while we only have 2 2-drops, we have 3 cards that can make up for that by killing early creatures of theirs. So I think we can probably lose Hobble Fiend. Read the Tides maybe on the chopping block here. And Turn to Slag, still something I'm considering on the chopping block as well. We have 6 instants and 3 sorceries, which is about what you want. We may want to cut Sky Scanner. You probably do. Yeah, and then I think we probably cut Read the Tides and hold on to Turn to Slag. I think that's probably what we do. Yeah, this looks like a pretty good deck to me. Nice spell payoffs. We've got some big boys to close out the game late if we can't do it with our flyers earlier. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, maybe I cut the Protege and put in a Tide Skimmer. Yeah, the Skimmer seems reasonable in this deck. Question is whether we put in Read the Tides or Tide Skimmer. It only needs 1 other flyer in play. And we do have enough flyers that will happen a reasonable amount. So yeah, I think we go with the Skimmer here over Read the Tides. Yeah, alright. So, is this what we want our mana base to look like? Probably yes. We have a bunch of double blue. And only 1 double red. And it's not something you're like desperate to play on turn 5 necessarily. So yeah. Alright. I do love the spells deck. Let's see if we can make it work. Curve is a bit high, but it's not like crazy high. I think we'll be fine. You have to remember one of those whales can be cycled. Okay, I think this is a keeper. Kill something early. Hopefully get to play these other things. That's basically our plan here. Okay, now we have a 3-drop. Ooh, that's not what we want to do. That is. Play something I can kill, please. I guess they can do it next turn, too. Or they'll just scry. So, still hoping they play something we can kill. Damn it. I can't kill that. Luckily, it can't attack me just yet, but I'm sure it'll be able to soon. We do really need that other island, like ASAP. But, you know. We do have 8 left in our library. Okay. Well, I guess we're just going to end our turn here, unfortunately. We are in some trouble here. Do I just want to trade my Mistral Singer at this point? For the Burlfist Oak, block it, and then shock it? If I knew I was going to draw a 5th land, I wouldn't be so concerned. I could also just block this and Reign of Revelation. That's probably better. I mean, it's definitely not ideal, but I think we actually have to be on the defensive here. Hey, there's that island. We'll discard a mountain. So now we can steal this on our turn if that's what we want to do. We can also bounce it. Yeah, that's a 7-3. I think I'm going to play the Ghost Light here. And bounce Burlfist Oak. And just have the plan of trading with the Great Gorehorn. We're just kind of trying to make the game go long. I think most likely we probably have the better long game, but we might not, I guess. Yeah, so we'll trade here. This is a war of attrition that we can win because we've drawn extra cards. Okay. Play our Tide Skimmer here. We can play our Whale next turn, which will be pretty sweet, I think. So yeah, we're just going to take 4 here. Damn. You know what? He makes our... Oh no, our Whale's an 8-8. Good. I was going to say, that actually makes our Whale a little sad. Alright, so... Do I attack with my Skimmer here? And play my Whale? I probably do. Like, in the event they can kill my Skimmer, I'm kind of screwed anyway. I mean, my Whale. And it won't be easy for them to kill our Whale by any stretch, so... Let's do that and play this guy. Whatever I don't kill by blocking here, I can steal with Enthralling Hold, potentially. Alright, so... Yeah, you have to block the Gorehorn. If they have a trick here, we're kind of dead. Well, we're not quite dead, because at least they had to trade. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Mistral Singer. Heartfire Immolator. And... Man, I tapped my mana wrong there. I meant to leave up mana so that my Immolator could also use his ability, but, you know, what are you gonna do? So they do still have to attack me. That part's nice. If able. We don't have an 8-8 in play anymore to eat them, but... Okay, well... No thank you. Alright. Go for the double block here, the single block there. If only I'd left up my mana for my... Alright, so we have 2 flyers in play who can now draw us cards, which is pretty great. So that's nice. So, attack with both of them. I guess if I was going to Experimental Overload, I should probably have already done it. I think it's going to be better to just Goblin Wizardry at the end of their turn. Yeah. Or Soul Seer, whichever comes up. We'll hold on to the Overload. I mean, we'll use it eventually. Should I have left that token in play? Maybe. Alright, so I think we'll Wizardry. And then cast Soul Seer on the Oak. And then cast Experimental Overload. Get back Soul Seer. I guess if I'd gotten Shock... Well, they didn't block anyway. Doesn't really matter. Ooh. Okay. Looks like we got there. That was fun. Our whale may have died, but he caused the death of many creatures. I mean, at a base level, he got a 2-for-1 because our opponent used a trick to kill it. And then made all their creatures attack into our bigger creatures, so. Okay, I mean, our deck is going to have hands like this, and I think they're reasonable. They're not great, mind you, but I think we can make do with them. We just have to survive an early onslaught, and then I think we have the real late game advantage against most opponents. Uh-oh. Yeah, this card's real good. All on its own. I wonder if they're a Shrine deck straight up. If they are, we're going to be dead in a hurry. Okay. Alright. This is the kind of card that doesn't really let us play a late game, unfortunately for us. So we're just going to take this 3. Our deck can do a ton of damage out of nowhere, but I don't think we're in a good position to do it right about now. I'm probably going to Soul Seer at the end of their turn, if this is all they have in play, then play my Dowser and get back Soul Seer. Okay, well. Maybe now I want to kill the Augur. Yeah. Well, Soul Seer... I guess we actually want to go for the Truffle Snout. And then we'll play our Shipwreck Dowser. Get back Soul Seer. We have, like, no way of dealing with this. Our only hope is winning more quickly than they can kill us, obviously. Interesting. I'm just gonna take 1. Uh-oh. Okay, we're on an 8-turn clock, but I think we have a reasonable chance of stabilizing here. I don't really want to bounce the Augur, so I think we're gonna put Rousing Reed on Shipwreck Dowser. Discard a Mountain. Cast Soul Seer on Kinetic Augur. Attack for 6. Okay. We basically have them on a 3-turn clock. Well, no, we don't. You're not always going to be that big. Alright, so I think here... so, I think we play our Ghostlight here. And attack. And I guess also the Glide Master, actually. We want to keep the damage coming. If they play this again, we're going to be pretty happy. And they do. Okay. I'm liking our chances now. We have removal. Uh-oh. I think they're going to kill our Dowser, which will significantly slow us down. But I think we should still win the race. Ooh. Thank God we can kill that and just win, huh? Thank God. Just barely. Man, I'm glad they didn't hit 5 mana until it was too late. If they had had that even 1 turn earlier, we would have been... in trouble. Well, this is a good hand. I think our deck is generally going to be doing comebacks. We just don't have a very good early game, but once we get to the late game, it's pretty sweet. So this is a pretty good hand. We go Immolator, Rousing Reed, Tide Skimmer, and that's actually pretty nice. There's our big boy. I guess we do have 2 whales, but one of our big boys. Hobbling. We actually haven't had a real opening for Enthralling Hold, which is a little frustrating. I don't think it's quite as good when you're a slower deck, because you just don't have time to steal something that doesn't immediately like pay dividends on your side of the table. Oh, that's sad. So much for our Rousing Reed plan. Now we can't do anything. Okay, so we're looking at some pretty inefficient removal right now, which is against these guys, which is frustrating. I'm probably just gonna have to trade. I mean, like, that's what we've been doing, and it's worked out so far. Let's play the Skimmer. So I think we trade, or try to trade with Onake Ogre here. Probably means they sacrifice it to this guy, I guess. Well, now I'd probably just block Hobble Fiend if it attacks me. They'd have to sacrifice their Ogre. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're gonna block. This is a nasty engine. Red-green has some real engines in this set, and that is one of them. So here, I think we want to play the Stinger and hold on to our Dragonfire. Do I block Hobble Fiend if it attacks me here? I think I think I do. Okay, so... I think I'll just Dragon Fire this thing now, in case they have a trick that, like, blows us out. We could use some more mana. Yeah, I mean, they are getting it done over there. Wow. Drawing all of our 5-drops is rough. You know, I don't think the late game favors us nearly as much now that they have Garrick's Uprising. Probably does still favor us, but just not as much as it did. Oh my god. I think we're gonna lose this one. All 5s and 7s, man. And we can't even trade here. I mean, I'm just gonna take 8 and I'm probably dead. Yeah, I figured I was probably dead, but we were definitely dead if we blocked. So. Well, our high curve got us there. That's for sure. Okay, this is a keeper. It's another slow hand, but with Reign of Revelation, we'll hit our land drops, most likely. Unless we draw all of our big creatures again. Okay, an aggro deck's a little scary for us, I think. Okay, good. We do at least have 4 lands this time. I guess we had 4 last time, but 4 getting us to Reign of Revelation is a big deal. So, here is the doggo. I'm probably going to end up soul searing it. It's so impossible to deal with in combat, and we're not going to be able to block it anytime soon. Ooh. Well, let's see what they search up here. They probably have both dogs, unfortunately for us, which makes the pack leader even more necessary to kill. Alright, you would have been nice on turn 2. I think we just hold up Reign of Revelation here. Alright. So I could also Wizardry to kill the Houndmaster here. Which might not be the worst plan ever. I actually don't think it is. Nice. That was a good draw because it lets us go get back ahead from behind. Okay. So I think we attack here. Then we play Glide Master. Then we're going to want to Reign of Revelation at the end of their turn. Are you going to gobble up a creature? I think you are. No, you're not. I guess you don't need to. Right, we are going to block that Igneous Cur. Alright, so we'll lose an island. So, hunted whale. Yeah, alright, so let's attack with our ghost light. Play the whale. Oh, I kind of forgot that was a problem. They could do that. The good news is we still have a huge whale in play, you know. So we're not too upset here. So Death Touch is a thing. So is Reach. So I could Experimental Overload. Get back Soul Seer. Or Wizardry. I could also use Capture Sphere on the Imp. And just attack with my Ghost Light while this locks down the ground. I don't think that sounds terrible. Obviously, they'll just sacrifice it now, but I think opening up the skies is a big deal here. Oh yeah, I didn't open up the skies, foolishly. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, so we'll overload now. Do we want Reign of Revelation or Soul Seer more? I think Reign of Revelation, probably. Uh-oh. That's a nasty piece of equipment. Where's Turn to Slag? We need Turn to Slag. Alright, so let's Reign of Revelation. Nice. Okay, so we discard the land. I think we attack with our 3/3 on the ground here. I mean, attacking with the whale isn't even that bad here. I do take 8 on the backswing, but... yeah, I'm cool with that trade. You know? Another Warmonger. Okay, so we're gonna Ghost Light it. And then we'll play Heartfire Immolator. Looking pretty good here. I mean, we just win in the air and then can... oh, it can only hit creatures. I knew that. Okay. Well, in that case... alright. Basically every game that we've won, we've been behind in the early game and managed to stabilize. Which I guess is usually what you want to be doing. With this type of deck anyway, so... Oh, man. I think we can keep it. We have lots of chances to hit that 4th land. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think we play the Glide Master here still. A 4th land should do enough to get us to our 5th land, but if we don't get to a 4th land, I'd say we're in some trouble. So they are a sacrifice deck, I would say. There's the land we need. So I could Dragonfire and attack, but on the off chance they're going to try to do something... There's like no way they sacrifice their Hobble Fiend here is the thing. So I think it's better to just do this and attack. Well, we really want that 5th land now. Oh, I mean, probably should have known there was a chance that was going to go down. Alright, so we're just going to end our turn. I'm probably going to use my own wizardry here. Yeah. So they could sacrifice 2 to the Hobble Fiend, so I'm just going to go ahead and... Well, maybe I just block both. And accept the fact that the Hobble Fiend's going to get big. And no, we'll double block him. Okay, 5th land. Don't let us down again. We do have Capture Spheres still, but... Okay, well, I'll take drawing a creature. Who do I block here? Somebody. Once we get to our 5th land, we'll be able to pull ahead in this game with relative ease. So I think I block here and force them to sacrifice. Yeah. They have to sacrifice something here to not have Hobble Fiend die. They actually have to sacrifice 2 things to keep it alive. So, or they might have a trick, I guess. I'm okay with that, especially when we have Capture Sphere to shut down the. Oh, there we go. That's what we needed for our Spirit Jellyfish. Let's do it. They have definitely been key to us being able to pull back ahead, even though we've started way behind our opponents every game. So now we play the other one. Did I get 3 of them or just 2? I think I just have 2. Could be wrong, but... Okay. Alright, so let's attack with both of them. And I could just turn to slag this now. I have the time to do it now, so I think I'm probably just going to do it. And we still have Capture Sphere to slow them down. Alright, so we can play our big whale now, and I think we probably do, rather than cycle him. I'm glad we drew a threat when we did. Oh, hey, that should win us the game. Nice. Whales have been key, too. Our 2 whales. Alright, I do think this is a keep. Rain of Revelation can find us our red mana if we really need it. And we have a 3-drop. 3-drops are good. Nice. Okay, well now I feel really good about this hand. Singer, Revelation, Ghostlight, probably. Assuming we hit that 5th land off the Revelation. Chances are good that we do. A Swindler. I mean, obviously enough we take that. Doesn't surprise anybody, I don't think. Okay, so with our Rain of Revelation, we can actually set up a trade, and I think that's probably what we do. Yeah, we really need that 5th land now, Rain of Revelation. We really need it. If they attack, they do. Okay, so we'll declare a block here. See if we can get a blowout. There's our 5th land. What do we discard? Ugh. Probably Wizardry, honestly. Yeah, I can get it back if I really want it. Well, well, well. Okay, then. Do I just bounce Kaervek here? Probably not. I probably play my Weird and then use Scorching Dragonfire. In green, I'm a little too worried. I'm worried they have a trick, so I'm just going to go ahead and say goodbye to Kaervek. We did only get 1 Weird in the end. We passed a couple of them. So they're going to attack us here, obviously. And we are going to take it. I probably play the Dowser and get back Scorching Dragonfire. It's probably my plan this turn. Is it still my plan this turn? Or do I just turn to Slag the Sentinel so that this becomes a 4/4? Yeah, I think it's actually better to just... No, yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. Get back our Dragonfire. We can't cast it yet, but these creatures can trade if I really need them to. Though I don't really plan to with our Weird. Yeah, let's attack. If we draw a land, we can Dragonfire and Ghostlight, or Dragonfire and turn to Slag. So I'll probably trade with the Sentinel here if they attack me, because I can kill this with the Dragonfire and they won't get the Saproling. You know, I was a little worried something like that might happen. Drops us to 4. But hitting a land here would be great. Hitting a land here probably means we stabilize. We do not. However, I think I'll take this. Yeah, so I think we just turn to Slag, the big creature. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They have Hunter's Guile, or whatever it's called. Okay, good, they don't. But they are going to drop us to 1 here, so I can't be too happy with the situation. And they may just be able to kill us. Hope they don't have the Black Shrine, you know, that would be brutal. Okay, so only 1 mana away from you. Alright, so I think we want to play Ghostlight here. Lets us leave up Shock. Yeah, leaving Karavek in play might have been best. I hate being at 1 life. Alright. Okay. Well, let's do this. No Saproling for you. And no Saproling is a pretty darn big deal right now. Do I Rousing Reed here? If they have a removal spell, it would suck, but it's also not the end of the world, so... Okay, so see you later. Although the 7th island... Is that better than the Glide Master? It might be with Waker in our hand. Yeah, it probably is. We can kill all the small things. I'd probably just go with Shock in this case. Oh, nice. All right. Well, we're looking at lethal next turn now with the Ghostlight to back it up. Whew! Stabilizing at 1, man, is a little scary, but we managed to do it. This deck definitely walks a tightrope with the life totals. Thank you for the follow, Danny Banani. At least going 5-3 with this one, which is so far our best record in the format. Of our 3 drafts, of our 4 drafts, we've gone at least 5-3. Right, I think this is a keeper. Glide Master into Reed, assuming they're tapped out. If they're not tapped out, you can't really do it. Uh-oh. Okay. I was worried they were going to be like a really fast deck. Every time we've gotten our overload, it's been nice. This is not one of those times. It's like, well... So there's a good chance our Glide Master just eats a Shock or Dragonfire, but that's okay. Man, 1 red mana up is scary, but I think I'm going to go for it here. Should I go for it? Oh, God, I hate Shock. God, I think we just wait it out. I think we just have to wait it out, which sucks, but... Do I go for an attack here? I don't think so. Again, there's too many things they could do with 1 red mana. Whatever. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah. Yeah. I probably should have waited. That's not good news. We're in some serious trouble if we don't draw some action. Hey, we did draw some action. Yeah, I should have just not attacked or used the aura. The funny thing is, we have enough life that we might be okay if we can get to our whale. Them looting as much as they are isn't so good for us, though. Well, we are going to get to our whale next turn. But we may be all but dead. I never would have had an opening for Rousing Reed. Oh my god. Three, 7, 9. Okay, so we're dead even if we play our whale now. We can actually survive a turn here with the Immolator by declaring a block on one thing and then killing the other one. That's, of course, assuming they have nothing. But that gives us a better chance than the whale does right now. Now we are dead. Wah, wah. Yeah, we had no hope. I mean, we just, you know, the 2-for-1 was horrendous, and then didn't draw what we needed. I'll be right back, and then we will continue. All right. You guys seem to think I'm doing worse than I did. we're better than 4-3, and we still have one more game at least. So we could be 6-2, 6-3, or 7-2. Ooh, good hand. Good hand. A couple of prowess guys into a removal spell. Would be nice if it was a removal spell I could get back with my Dowser, but that's just being greedy. Man, if only I had a spell. Like, what you can do here is attack and hope, you know, that they don't block. But I don't think it's worth it. Well, we have pretty much all the mana we want, more or less. Thank you for the sub, Arctic Avenger. Capture Sphere the Thallid here. Man, the last two games, we had such like sweet hands our first several games, but the last two, we've ended up with these awkward hands where we get cards that are just bad in the absence of... well, now this will work out, actually, because we can get back Wizardry at least. Alright, so let's attack with everything here. If we can get them to block, we can Wizardry. Yeah, they're going to double block, but I think that's okay. So, yeah, that's okay. Now our Dowser can at least get back. Oh, that's not good. We kind of want to hit a Scorching Dragon Fire to kill that thing. Probably just going to have to trade my Dowser for it. But in trading is a 2-for-1 for us, so I'll take it. Alright, we're going to try to trade here. Good. The reason you want to trade for that is because you really do not want your opponent to... Oh, that's annoying. To be able to gain a bunch of life is what I was going to say. Alright, well... I guess the plan now is just to play our Whale. We'll attack with the Singer. Play the Whale. Hey Gamer 123, glad you've been enjoying the top 10s. So we do get to kill this Glutton when it attacks again. The question is whether I also want to bother blocking the Pirate or the Prismite. I probably do block the Prismite. I may let them keep the Pirate. Yeah. So you're going to block there, you're going to block here. Yeah, you're back up to 15. So... yeah, that's not great for our pursued Whale. They're going to be able to start tapping it down, but it's not like they can do a ton of damage, so... I think we just cast Wizardry here for the extra damage. Put a counter on our Spellgorger Weird. Well, I guess they're gonna kill my Singer. Or their own creature. I'm cool with that, I guess. Let's draw a spell. Well, it's not a spell, but I'll take it. That'll do it. Six and 2. So that's our best record so far. I mean, it's draft 4. A couple of 5 and 3s and a 1 and 3 before this. This deck is sweet. I love it when the spells deck is real. It's a good time. So this will be our last game with this deck, one way or another. Either because we go 7 and 2 or end at 6 and 3. Who knows which one we'll get. Right, this is definitely a keeper. I mean, these Reigns of Revelations have been really key. Alright, so we can actually go Immolator, Rousing Reed, potentially, which is a nice thing to do. Oh yeah, well, we got our 4th land drop, which makes me feel pretty good. Whew, 2 blue mana up. Do we go for it here? I think we probably do. Yeah. Thank goodness that worked, huh? So we got our 4th land. I think I'm actually going to discard this island. The other things we drew are too good to give up. Looks like their mana's screwed, or at least they missed a land drop, which is pretty good news for us, I guess. Okay, so we're just going to Reign of Revelation now. And then we're going to discard probably our Waker. Yeah. We're in amazing shape here. We've got removal, bounce spell. We can rebuy them if we want to. Yeah, well, that sucks for our opponent, but I'll take the first 7-win deck of the format. That deck was sweet. I mean, the high curve bit us a couple times, but the rest of the time, things turned out okay.